Shalom Israel. First, I want to start by giving all honor, praise, and glory to Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi Bahasham, Qadash, double honors unto the elders and apostles of GMS Great Millstone, and peace be unto you that are in the household of faith, Yahawah Bahasham. And I'm going to do a video, or my name is Yeshai, and I'm going to do a video on the king's meat, right? So I got this farm pulled up here, right? So you could typically find farms or, farmers markets or Whole Foods, Sprouts, places to get higher quality, meats, in most areas, man. And let me just show you some of the prices it looks like on a farm. All right, so I have the option to either pick up or, because they have pickup drops throughout the city, or I can go directly to the farm, or so it's pickup spots, or I can go directly to the farm. So for New York, you got $24.75, and that's actually cheaper than what it is inside of the grocery stores, right? You got flat iron steak, 33, bone-in chuck, 3.5 pounds, $38. You got brisket, chucks. I mean, you got every part of a harvestable, cow here. Even scrolling down, you can buy, full meats of a cow, right, for $1,500, and then it gives you 125 pounds of meat, which is a really good deal if you look at it on, on simpler terms. So you got ground beef too. So in the scriptures, right around where it says, thou shalt not eat blood, it also says fat, and a lot of these grocery stores, they sell fatty, really bad quality meats, because when an animal has so much fat, that visceral fat turns into bad fat. The visceral fat is the fat that you need, that's the fat that protects your organs. That's the fat that, that is sustainable fat. So you could either call it visceral or sustainable fat. And then on the outside of that is the extra fat. Those are energy stores. But once your energy stores get to a point where it's so much that you actually don't need it and you cannot expend this energy and it's just sitting fat, what happens is that it actually will absorb into your organs. So that's where you get fatty livers, right? And these fatty livers are basically, man, it'll corrupt your whole body. It'll fuck you up, man. It got your glucose levels going out of crazy. You got your insulin. That's when you start developing all different types of ailments, man. You got hypertension. You got heart problems, and then you get diabetes and stuff like that. So, fatty things aren't good. But in today's society, Babylon the Great, our food is worse than it's ever been, ever before, right? Because as we know that the time's nearing, these are going to be times that are worse than ever before, right? These people are wicked, man. They'll do anything to keep Israel down, and chiefly do anything to keep the elect's sake down, man. And one of those things is things that you eat, man. And it really goes down to this. If you eat single ingredient foods and you constantly, keep under your body on an 80%, 20%, reward system, you will, slim down. You will start feeling better. Your blood pressure will go down. Your cholesterol will go down. Your stress will go down. You'll stop getting headaches, man. And that's in the decree from the Apostle Gabar. Get out and do something. Take a walk, man. If you sit there idle, take a walk. Pick up an extra day at work, because at the end of the day, man, we're men. And one of the traits of a man is the ability to conquer, right? We're conquerors, man. Conquerors of fucking demons. We're spiritual conquerors, man. Constantly conquering demons, conquering wickedness, conquering our flesh, man. And it's just a really rewarding thing when you're able to really develop that, that diet of a prophet, man. And let's actually get to a couple scriptures here. That's not scriptures. I thought I had the book pulled up already. Salak. No, I know what I wanted to do. I had it pulled up right here. So I got Sirach 37 in the GNT. I'm going to start at 27. It says, my child, as thou go in life, keep your appetite under the control and do not eat anything that is bad for you, right? So, and this isn't even just like, just food, man. Like, a lot of things can corrupt you. Let me get that. So like, I'm gonna have to look this one up. Hold the thought, Salakia. Sorry. Man, why is this not? I know it's in the Proverbs. I'm just trying to get it real quick. There we go. So Proverbs 25:16. It's a lot that took so long to find. It's been a while since I visited that one. 25:16, it says, hast thou found honey? Eat so much that is sufficient for thee, lest thou be filled therewith and vomited. Right? Because we understand that a false balance is an abomination, man. A false balance is a bad thing. And a lot of bad things can come from these things. So Proverbs 11:1, a false balance is an abomination unto the Lord, and a just weight is delight, man. So when you're trying to balance out your life, man, you should really try to, certain things need to be balanced in certain ways. So like, say food, man, you want to eat good 80% of the time, and those 20% of the time you want to treat yourself. And that's a good balance that I see works for me, at least, man. And some of the bros that I talk to about it, but other things, maybe like, spending time, how you organize your time. Maybe it's more like a 70-30. Maybe it's more like a 60-40, but you as a man have to know yourself, man. Sometimes you got to really just go back to the drawing board and know yourself. But among these things, man, is that king's meat, right? And that's really going to fuck your balance up because of the things that they put in the meat. Because even though these farms give you good food, even though these farms will give you, top of the line meat, man, you got to think about the grass, the soil, the water, the air. Esau Edom has did their entire job. Like they've done a fucking excellent job on the left hand, on basically polluting the fuck out of this place, man. They polluted the shit out of this place, pursuing the Micah 2:10, man. That's why we really don't want to rest here. But at the same time, you have to keep under your body and do your best efforts, keep everything in conjunction. Let me actually get the rest of this. I don't know why I stopped reading it. Let's get the rest of this. It has more. It says, all food doesn't agree with everyone, and everyone doesn't like the same kinds of foods. Don't feel that you have to have all sorts of fancy foods, and don't be a glutton over food. If you eat too much, you'll get sick. If you do it all the time, you always have stomach trouble. Gluttony has been the death of many people. Avoid it and live longer, right? And that's just a more simple breakdown. It's just something that's easy to read. But I wanted to get that being the fact that, meat is like a delicacy. Meat is like a reward. Meat is like a feast, man. Really, you want to get into those fruits, vegetables, bitter herbs, teas, and other type of things. Our body is set, like, I think they say between 60 to 70% water, man. So you got to think about those things that really benefit water, man. You got water, H2O, hydrogen, oxygen, man. So, and when you breathe in, you exhale carbon dioxide. There's like so many things that go into your body that the Lord has created. It's such a beautiful scheme. So you got to keep yourself hydrated. A lot of times when y'all brothers be thinking that, oh shit, I'm hungry, I'm gonna need to smack down on some food real quick, you're actually just thirsty as fuck, and you haven't been hydrating. You got to hydrate, and not just with tap water or fucking regular filtered water, man. Add some salts into it, man. To actually hydrate yourself, you need those acids and those amino acids and what are they called? I'm trying to figure out what the name's called, Salakia, but electrolytes, man. You need that to actually, hydrate your body and hydrate yourself, man. So it's not really just as simple as, oh man, I'm hungry, I got the feeling to eat, and then that's it, man. No, like, you actually might be thirsty, or you might need sleep, or you might need something else. There's other avenues that you might need before, you actually need food, because at the end of the day, if you eat the wrong thing, you're gonna feel worse off, man. Let's see where the king's meat at. Let's see. I might just have to search this one up too, man. I need to get sharper. Salakia. Yeah, I knew it was in Daniel 1. I just couldn't be super precise about it. So Daniel proposed in his heart that he should not defile himself with the portion of the king's meat, nor the wine which he drank. Therefore he requested the prince to eunuchs, and it might not be defiled. So that they were putting Daniel and a few other brothers on this diet, man, the king's meat diet. And Daniel requested to actually only eat vegetables throughout this process, while on the other half, those men were eating the king's meat. And watch, we'll read this. Now now power had brought Daniel into favor and tender love with the prince of eunuchs. And the prince of eunuchs said unto Daniel, I fear my lord king, who hath appointed you meat and drink. For why should he see your faces worse in like than the children which are of your sort? Then shall you make an endanger my head to the king. Then Daniel to Melazar, who the prince of eunuchs had set over Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, Azariah, prove the servants, I beseech thee, 10 days. Let them give us pulse to eat and water to drink. Let our countenance be looked upon thee, and the countenance of the children that eat the portion of the king's meat, and thou seest deal with my servants. So they literally opted to eat vegetables and to eat vegetables and water, and while they eat the king's meat. So he contested them in this matter and provided them 10 days. For 10 days they did this diet, and at the end of the 10 days their countenance appeared fairer and fatter in flesh than all the children which did eat the portion of the king's meat. So they were more alive, man. They felt more alive off eating that, that good diet, man. Getting vegetables and water. What are vegetables mostly made out of? They're made out of water, and your body's mostly made out of what? Water. You need to hydrate, man. Especially if you live in desert type of areas, man. You need water. Water is a must-have. That was a spirit. I scrolled down. It was 144. It's like to interrupt the lesson right there, but an easy avenue that I figured out to break down my meals is that I get 30 to 50 grams of protein per meal. If y'all brothers know anything about protein saturation, if you eat more than 50 grams of protein per meal, depending on your body size, you cannot actually absorb the rest of the protein after that 50 grams. You have to wait 2 to 3 hours for your body's digestive system to catch up to that. So you don't need all kinds of meat, but you do need about 50 grams of protein. You should eat about 1.1 to 1.5 grams of protein per body weight, just based on your own fitness goals and where you want to be at, But at the end of the day, man, you want to be healthy. You don't want to be obese. And the apostles say that, man. Get up and walk, keep yourself, in shape and feeling good. Otherwise, you're going to receive all kinds of ailments, man. We just read that. It'll make you sick. You eat too much fucking meats. You'll start getting headaches and random flashes, bro. So, and then after that, I like to do a fruit and a vegetable. Simple as that. No fucking carbohydrates for the most part. You can do carbohydrates. At the end of the day, it just depends on your activity level, man. There's plenty of videos that y'all can resort to in the world, actually, just kind of like on these fitness trainers that'll give you actually solid advice on how to, keep your diet in check. So with that being said, brother, so like meat, fruits, vegetables, and hydrating is a really big part of an appropriate diet, and also trying to stay away from the king's meat. That's why I gave the reference of this here farm, man. You could always find local farms, Whole Foods, Sprouts, and different avenues to eat good foods, man. You could eat turkey, you could eat beef, chicken, you know the dietary laws, man, right? So, with that being said, I hope this lesson was edifying. So, if you're in an area, especially between like southern, midwestern, coastal areas, man, there's always farms around about, midwestern especially, right? So look into it and try to stay away from eating the king's meat. The king's meat is just terrible for you, man. And Baba Koshai, I pray this lesson is edifying. I want to lastly give all honor, praise, and glory to Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi Bahasham Qadash. I may make a part 2 to this video to go a little more in depth. I just wanted to bring out that quick point. And lastly, shalom and good luck to y'all, brothers.